What's up, everybody? So another YouTube video, of course. Thank you guys for all the support during this month of mayhem. But young Aiden and I thought it would be a good idea to do something on some bro stuff. And this being a topic that I think is crucial if you are training very intensely, like I like to do, which would be intra-workout supplementation. So there's some people that are like, oh, fuck supplements, you don't need them. You don't need pre-workout, you don't need post-workout, you just need to eat food and drink water and do this. And sure, there are people that do that and look great. However, I like to optimize, and I fucking love supplements. I have loved supplements since day one of bodybuilding because it's made, supplements supplement your life. You have to eat food and drink water for them in order for them to actually become very effective and optimize what they do. But intra-workout is something that, as I progressed in bodybuilding, it became apparent to me how important it was. And with the technologies of today and how far we have advanced with all the ingredients and different types of supplements, and then training with Hani Rambod and the importance of intra-workout carbohydrates, the rapid glycogen loaders, it became very apparent on how important they are. And when you get to own a supplement company, you get to trial a bunch of different shit, and it's awesome. So there are 3 supplements that I find to be, they are my go-to intra-workout supplementation. Now, we'll start with my favorite, the #1 carbohydrate powder I have ever used, and I think the #1 carbohydrate powder on the market, and one of the greatest formulated carbohydrate powders in the bodybuilding game for bodybuilding purposes, Demo Day. Demo Day it's the fucking shit, dude. It is the bee's knees. It is my favorite carbohydrate powder. Carbohydrate powders are rapid glycogen loaders. So in Demo Day, there are 3 different types of carbohydrates. There are totaling at 25 grams of carbs in 1 scoop. Them being Carb 10 at 15 grams, Cluster Dextrin 11 grams, and then Palatinose at 2 grams. Now, from a bro standpoint, okay, Demo Day's purpose is to drive all the carbohydrates into your muscles as quickly as possible. Also in here is Hydromax, which is a form of glycerol. Again, that's going to help drive all of the food, all of the fluids, and everything that's in your body into your muscles, into those specific muscles that you're working, so that you get fuller, so that you get rounder, so that you have an uptake of carbohydrates, so you get more energy in a sense, and to continue pushing through your crazy intense workout. Now, them being rapid glycogen loaders, they, in a sense, pass through the digestive system as quickly as possible to be absorbed as quickly as possible, hence that rapid glycogen loader. So, how do you know how it works? Well, everybody, I'm a bro science guy. This is all great scientific evidence and all that shit and the scientific side of things. For us, we're like, well, okay, so in order to see if all that science is true that I just read in the book about and all that stuff, I'm going to try it. And then you take it and you're like, fuck, dude, middle of the workout, like I started shitting the bed. Like into the second or third exercise into your workout, you're like, man, I'm just starting to flatten out again. I'm losing my pump again. I've been sweating a ton. A scoop of Demo Day and you'll be like, bro, it's like I came alive again. This is fucking wild. That's great. Now, you're probably thinking, man, Seth, you're just a bro. Yes, I am. And here to help explain the more scientific side of thing, we have Heather. So, Demo Day is it is my favorite carbohydrate powder on the market. We created it as such. So could you explain to everybody how Cluster Dextrin works so that maybe they have more of an understanding and how it works together with Hydromax and the whole purpose behind it?
Yeah, so a big thing with Demo Day is what Seth explained. We use a couple different carbohydrate sources. Now, if you didn't notice, Demo Day only has 2 grams of sugar. So we're not jacking it full of dextrose and all these different carbohydrate sources that are just going to spike your blood sugar and drop it fast so you crash. The point of them are that they're low glycemic, so they're going to pass quickly through your digestive system. They're going to get to your muscles, but they're going to sustain your blood sugar levels. Like Seth mentioned, a lot of people are crashing during their workouts and they think caffeine's the answer. It's not the answer. You need actual fuel because your muscles use glucose in order to create ATP, and that's what your muscles use for energy production and maximum performance. Now, beyond caffeine, carbohydrates are one of the most studied, basically, supplements on the market. They're effective. It's just that a lot of people think carbs are bad, when in reality, carbs are the most effective fuel source during your training.
Carbs are good. But you've got to train and not be a pussy in order to actually utilize everything. So, The Hydromax, the glycerol that's in here, that is that was me adding to this of saying, what happens, okay, this is me, this is bodybuilder bros, that's science. I used to love insulin, okay, loved it. I did a lot of it back in the day. There's a couple videos you could see and be like, oh man, that's whenever you were taking some shit. And I'm like, yeah. So I loved it because it was fun. It was dangerous, but I'm like, man, if we made a carbohydrate powder, how cool would it be to give that more of a rounder, fuller, bubbly feel? And I was like, okay, well, why don't we just add some glycerol to this? So most people take some form of glycerol pre-workout, but then it's gonna be also in during your intra-workout, so you get another like boost, and through the glycerol you hold a little bit more water and you'll sweat a little bit more and you'll have it in there. You'll look fuller, rounder, and I'm like, fuck yeah, that's bodybuilding. So it's almost like you get that second push throughout your workout and you're like, fuck yeah, because the insulin, whenever you would take it, don't do it, ladies and gentlemen, this is a disclaimer, don't take drugs. It would be this, you would get this crazy, full, wild feeling, and then you would feel like you could just work out for hours. The lactic acid didn't build up, it was crazy, and it gave you this look. So whenever we were trialing this, going forward, I was like, that's the whole reason that the glycerol is in there, is to give it that insulin vibe. It's not insulin, I'm just saying it has that same, like a much more toned down version of it, but that's why it's in here. All right, so now you're probably saying, well, maybe I don't need 25 grams. And this is a 30 serving container, and in each scoop, there is 25 grams of carbohydrates at 100 calories. So whenever we were designing it, and the reason it's with the glycerol and all that, sometimes you're like, I can't afford to have another 100 calories in my diet, or I want to keep my carbs low, or I want to keep my calories low. A half a scoop of Demo Day goes really fucking far. And the only way to find out is to try it. So if you were to take this is also why I would always do non-stim pump pre-workouts. So I would just get that crazy fucking blood flow going. The less stims, whenever you have, think of this, a vasoconstrictor, vasodilation. Blood flow equals nutrient flow equals growth. That's what we've had on the front of hydraulic forever, because the more blood flowing throughout your body, the more nutrients that are flowing throughout the body, and as you break your muscles down and you fucking push everything, the bigger you're gonna get, in a sense. So with this, it's that same concept of more blood, more everything pumping throughout the body. So that's where like half a scoop goes a long way. You don't need a full scoop pre-workout, you don't need a full scoop during workout, you don't need a full scoop post-workout to actually feel this product. Even though you still could do 1, 1, and 1. I personally like to do 1, 1/2, and 1 whenever I was really into some shit. And during intra-workout, this being amino acids, carbohydrates, intra-workout, and post-workout.
So amino acids are basically the building blocks of your muscles, different proteins that your body needs. They're great taking intra-workout because they're very simplified and your body can quickly absorb them and utilize those for recovery. So also it's just gonna help you drink more water because it's tasty, and it pairs really well with the carbohydrates because it helps your body uptake those quickly.
Difference between BCAAs and EAAs. Quick,
oh boy.
Simple,
oh boy.
As quick and simple as possible. Can you do it or should I do it?
I can do it. Here's the caveat, BCAAs are EAAs. So branched chain amino acids are named after their structure. They have a branched chain on them. So they're part of that. They're grouped in essential. But if you look at the complete breakdown of EAAs, the leucine, the isoleucine, the isovaline are all part of those, that whole entire complex. So there's actually 9 EAAs, and they're all essential. It's just that you have those 3 subcategories. So think about it as a subcategory. Taking EAAs are better than just BCAAs because you're getting all the essential amino acids versus just the branched chains. It's a caveat. It's a caveat.
Science, bro science. And then you can imagine how much fun we have whenever we're designing products, which we have new pre-workouts coming, which are fun. Just designing things, talking about them, and then me just challenging everything that she says just from a standpoint of effectiveness in the gym. Because again, big thing for us is everything could look fucking phenomenal on paper. It could look so cool and great and grand and wonderful on paper, but then at the end of the day, if it's not effective for us in the gym, and not just me, maybe young Aiden and the meatheads in there, if it's not effective for all of us in some way, shape, or form, then what the fuck are we doing? Who cares how good it is on paper? If it's not good in real life, it doesn't mean shit. And that's part of the fun of me fucking with Heather here. And finally, my third favorite intra-workout product that we have, Electrolytes Plus. Electrolytes Plus, I think that I honestly, now that everybody's starting to come out with electrolytes, I think that, at least for me, once I became much more hydrated, more on top of my fluids recently with my crazy intense training, I think a lot of people are underhydrated and also do not have enough vitamins and minerals in their body. So real quick breakdown for everybody, Electrolytes Plus, if you will, Heather.
Yeah, so Electrolytes Plus is great because it has a good amount of sodium, not over the top. I mean, you see some brands out there that put a gram of sodium into their product, and it's like...
Some people need it.
Some people need it, but...
Different types of training. I think
also,
for bodybuilders,
yeah, maybe...
1,000 mgs for bodybuilders might not be a good thing.
Yeah, no,
I think we got enough... No 1,000 mgs for bodybuilders.
Yeah, but if you're doing an Ironman or sweating a lot, it is applicable. But for most people, 200 milligrams is safe.
Yep.
We also have potassium in there, calcium, some other vitamins, minerals that you lose during sweat. Some other key features, we have some coconut water powder in there, taurine, ionic trace minerals. It is naturally flavored and sweetened, so if that stuff bothers your gut, like artificial sweeteners, you can limit that. The biggest thing, though, is that people who start to go down this more health-conscious approach, they start limiting processed food, you also cut your sodium a ton. You cut that, so you need to replenish that so you feel good, because electrolytes are what your body uses to conduct muscle, signals like contractions, nerve impulses. So if you feel like shit, you might be underhydrated, and you need to not only drink water, but have vitamins and minerals. So that's where that comes into play for sure.
I noticed that this past summer whenever I was just training a lot and running, and because I sweat like a pig. I've always sweat a lot during training, but once I started doing more functional stuff, I was like, dude, I'm sweating a ton. And Bob's like, dude, and I started feeling lethargic at times. He's like, you're not getting enough vitamins and minerals. And I'm like, what do you think? And he's like, dude, look at you. You're outside all the time working. You're running. He's like, I'm telling you, you need to get a sweat test done. Because whenever he did his sweat test, he was like, dude, I am sweating so much out that he's like, I'm not replenishing myself properly. And he's like, I bet you're in a similar boat. So again, I became a very big fan of electrolytes.
Not only that, but if you're a bodybuilder and you're not doing the functional training, they help with pump. Like sodium helps with pumps, right? So.
And that's what I mean. That's, again, one of the reasons that we designed this the way we did was so that it wasn't at that 1,000 mgs of sodium mark, because I'm like, we do not need bodybuilders taking 1,000 mgs of sodium intra or post-workout or pre-workout and it just being over the top. I personally think that, I've been using at least one stick a day, every training day for months now, probably since June.
Yeah, so I typically take electrolytes first thing when I wake up, and then I'll take it intra-workout as well. So I do that because I want to delay my caffeine intake until about an hour after I'm up. But the electrolytes just helps me get going, get my hydration going, because all night you're not drinking water, so that's when I take mine too.
Yep. No, again, and even doing the functional workouts now, it's like I do 2 sticks a day. I love them. I don't know, we don't do, young Aiden here was explaining that we don't do enough product breakdowns of everything. To explain to everybody why we do things, and there's always a part of people saying that supplements, they don't work or you don't need them, but they're fun and they are supplementing your life. They are literally designed to help optimize your training and optimize your performance of what you're actually trying to do. And Demo Day has been a staple since day one with Axe and Sledge. This is the greatest carbohydrate powder on the market. The amino acids, the grind, I think we have some of the best flavors in the game. We have new ones coming out this year. We're going to drop 4 new flavors of the grind here. And then the Electrolytes Plus, like I said, formulated incredibly well and just a great product overall. More than likely you are underhydrated and undervitamined and mineraled,
also,
if you will.
If you work out in the morning, Demo Day is a hack, because if you don't like eating before your workout, but you want to get a good workout and you train it like I like to train in the mornings, just taking that, like I sip on it, like I'll do a full scoop, but sip on it before I get to the gym so that the carbs are starting to hit my system, and then I'm ready to go once I'm like, it's done by the time I'm working out.
So before your workout, your morning workout, you're doing Electrolytes Plus and Demo Day, and you come in here with full-blown, ready to train, water, carbohydrates, no food, empty stomach because you probably don't want to eat, you don't have enough time, and you get a nasty pump.
Yeah, that's the key, because that stuff is not gonna, my biggest thing is if I eat, then I start to feel, that close to a workout, I'll feel lethargic.
Lethargic, and you feel like, oh man, do I really want to go to the gym? I shouldn't have ate so much now, I just feel like doing I don't really want to get moving, but instead you come in here fucking ready to go.
Yeah, so I do Demo Day electrolytes before the grind intra so that I'm recovering those amino acids. So, because I'm not drinking a protein shake before I train either. So it's just making sure, and that's made a huge difference in my recovery, because I was training fasted and that wasn't working out. So
No, not whenever you're doing it 5-6 days a week.
no,
Can't.
not when you want to maximize everything and still have good energy levels. And like you said, people rely too heavily on caffeine. They actually need the actual fuel source. Caffeine is not, you can't use that. You can be more alert with caffeine, but your muscle can't use that to make any kind of ATP. So
Caffeine's fun.
it is fun.
You also get addicted to it.
We got
Kinda
plenty of it coming. So
Yeah, we do. It's going to be good. But no, everybody, I hope that was helpful for you. I hope you learned something. And if you ever have questions, you can always hit Heather up via the Axe and Sledge Instagram or on her channel, which we'll tag there for you to have. So hopefully we'll do more. And if you have other questions or want other reviews, hit us in the comments. And you all have yourselves a beautiful motherfucking day.